Hey guys, this is Megan from You Go To Beginning. I wanted to share a resource that I found recently that just came out and has been a huge help already. So what I'm talking about here is Polyface Micro. It's Joel Salatin's newest book. It just came out a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and already it has been a tremendous help. I came to sit out here by the goats. Hopefully they won't cause too much ruckus behind me. I wanted to share about Polyface Micro because sometimes reading it is one of the best ways to learn what you need to know. I love to watch videos on YouTube. I love to get help and see what other farmers are doing. But sometimes I just love the resource of having a book that I can read through that can be inspiring and encouraging, but can also give me the nitty-gritty details. I wanted to show you inside Polyface Micro. And again, it's written by Joel Salatin, who's been farming for 50 years. His wealth of information is just incredible. And I love that he took the time to write a book just for homesteaders. So a little bit smaller scale than what he's running, but all the wisdom he's learned over the years that he's been working with animals. So you can see the table of contents. It covers just about anything you could want to know, including all different kinds of animals, how to convert your woods to pasture, how to develop your pastures. That's one of the things we were really looking to learn more about, is how to run the animals through our pastures, how to make sure that we are adding to the ecology of our farm instead of just stripping it away. It talks about fencing and irrigation and water. Having a book to read is a huge help. I love that you're coming to say hi. I love having a resource that I can hold my hands. I can sit down in the evenings when I'm tired and I've done farm chores, and I just need some encouragement because I feel overwhelmed with all the homestead projects that need to happen, or I feel sure that I'm messing it all up. And Joel's book has been a tremendous resource, not only for information, things that I can fix and do better, but also just for encouragement that, you know, sometimes homesteading is just hard, and you just kind of do the next best thing, just keep doing a little bit of change at a time, and it will eventually add up to a whole lot of change. A few takeaways I've gotten from the book so far is just encouragement about goats to make sure that they are getting access to the woody shrubs and brush, and to make sure that I'm managing them well between the grass and the pasture and the sheep. So you have to give forage a lot more rest than you do grass. It takes longer for them to grow back. So it just is helping me to think about where to move the goats and how to keep them happy. They have access to a lot of the trees around the edge of our property, but sometimes they're in the middle too, where they really just have pasture. So it gives me great ideas, something to keep thinking about and keep changing and making better on our farm. Another thing that Joel mentions in the book is that we must have control over our animals, meaning we have to have solid fences that keep them in. The easiest way to get frustrated with our animals and frustrated with our homestead is having poor fencing, having to chase animals, having them get out, or not being sure where they might be, or being able to control who is with who at what times. Another topic that is helpful is being creative with water. We have a little creek on our farm down in the back, but it did not have water for all of the spring season. It seems to hold water over fall and winter. And so just being creative about ways that we might be able to access that, or really more for us, we're probably going to be looking into some rainwater collection and just making water easier to access. We don't have to haul it all the way. We have water down at the barn and up at the house. But water is probably our biggest breaking point, our biggest frustration, trying to manage who has water and how to get it there. The boys can't quite carry a full 5-gallon bucket yet. So if we can come up with creative ways to get water in more places, that would be a huge blessing to our farm. Another thing Joel talks about is not just writing things off as impossible because they seem too expensive or too big of a project. I know most of us in the homesteading world, you know, costs can add up quickly. We're trying to save money, trying to get the projects done that we need done. And so Joel just encourages us in the book not to write something off as impossible or something that will never happen, but to really evaluate costs and get creative about how we can use some of the trees on our property for cheap and easy fence posts, like standing cedars or Osage orange. I just got attacked by a bug. Or reusing other kinds of lumber around our property. And even though something might rot, sometimes it can be beneficial to use a cheap wood that's not, not pressure treated or more expensive, but something you can find on your farm, if it's in an application that would be very easy to swap out, and rotting in 10 years isn't really going to cause you any trouble. So I also want to read just a little section from the beginning. It's on page 6, and he says, and don't get animals because it sounds fun or novel or cool. None of that has staying power. They'll get sick, they'll run down the road, they'll eat your garden, they'll keep you up at night. Get animals for your homestead because they contribute to the functional ecology and your nutritional security. Trust me on this, nothing will incentivize you to fulfill your end of the partnership. You'll cheat on your animals, not caring for them adequately, and you might even begin to dislike them. You might wish you'd never gotten them. The right purpose will protect your end of the caretaking bargain. You sure don't want to step into it because you think it's cute. No, enter with eyes wide open. You'll encounter ecstasy and heartache. You'll have animals that respect you, stay in, and endear themselves into your soul. You'll have others that seem like the devil incarnate who you can never trust and who always seem to be cruising toward a wreck. As a livestock steward, you determine the destiny of all your animals, when they come, when they go, and the life they lead under your care. It's a wonderful, wild, wearisome, winsome ride. And I just like that encouragement. Everything's not going to go perfectly. We're going to have things that get messed up, animals that are just a pain to deal with, and we get to be in control of that, and we also get to be in control of what kind of life they get to live here on our farm. And that takes some management, that takes education, that takes learning new things and being willing to try new things. And so I'm hopeful that with the advice in this book, not only our farm will benefit, but anybody who gets Polyface Micro. It's been a huge blessing to us, and I think that any homesteader should look into it. Right now, if you want to purchase Polyface Micro, you can actually get it through Justin Rhodes. He is one of the homesteaders we love to follow along and watch from, and we've learned a lot from his channel. And I wanted to share that he is running a special. So Justin Rhodes and their family have created Abundance Plus, which is a video streaming service that has only homestead videos and actually shows all the things you need to know, like full chicken butcherings and other things that YouTube won't allow. So Abundance Plus has been a great resource for us as well. And right now, if you join Abundance Plus for a year, they'll actually send you a free copy of Polyface Micro. So Justin works with Joel Salatin to sell the book. So he still has some, and they are giving one away with a year membership on Abundance Plus. So abundanceplus.com will get you that membership and access to buy the book. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I have learned from both of them a ton. I have several other of Joel Salatin's books, and we had the chance to see him at the Homesteaders of America conference here in Tennessee. But I don't know them personally, and I don't get paid for anything, but these resources have been a huge blessing to us, and I think they're well worth your while. And so I wanted to let you know, through October 3rd, I believe, Justin is keeping membership open to Abundance Plus and running that special where you can get Polyface Micro for free if you sign up for a year. And I think that would be a great use of your resources to be able to learn so much on there. There are a ton of videos from all different content creators. It's not just Justin Rhodes' blog. There are master classes with Joel Salatin and other farmers. There's some great permaculture information and classes, and then also examples of farms that are doing it. So again, abundanceplus.com will get you access to purchase Polyface Micro. I want to show that book to you again. This is just an awesome book on hand. Anything Joel has written it can be a great blessing to your farm. So I wanted to share. Hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you on the next video.